Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. This is the pre-show mantra. The show will start momentarily. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to be free. The more you learn, the more you earn. Thereby, the more you earn, the more you learn. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my abilities to make great investments. The stock market is a machine, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Damn. I am awake and present. I am connected to the universe. I have everything I need right now. I am grateful for my consciousness. I am clear, calm, and peaceful. The answers are inside of me. I am intuitive, and I trust my intuition. I practice letting go of what does not serve me. You're going to get started with this prayer, y'all.
Send this to somebody that needs this prayer today. God, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for another day to grow, to learn, and to walk in purpose. I ask for clarity in my thoughts, peace in my heart, and strength in my spirit. Guide my steps, open the right doors, and close the ones that aren't meant for me. Help me respond with grace, move with wisdom, and trust you fully, no matter what comes my way. Today, I choose faith over fear, purpose over pressure, and peace over chaos. In Jesus' name, amen.
Just wanted to start the mantra out with that. Let's get ready, y'all. Let's get to the show, y'all. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? It sound like money, don't it? It sound like money, don't it? Let's go, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Welcome to $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast, and welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers family. This is a live market breakdown covering the $1 trillion stocks, SPX, the NASDAQ 100, SPY, and QQQ. We cover pre-market levels, opening bell moves, headlines that move the market, and or are associated with our $1 trillion stocks. We'll be looking at charts, checking on Bitcoin and Ethereum levels, and some motivation along the way. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation for your research. Let's get into it. Let's check on the market caps of our $1 trillion companies. Number 1, NVIDIA, 4.5 trillion. Number 2, Apple, 4 trillion. Number 3, Google, 3.7 trillion. Number 4, Microsoft, 3.6 trillion. Number 5, Amazon, 2.4 trillion. Number 6, Meta, 1.66 trillion. Number 7, AVGO, 1.65 trillion. Number 8, TSM, 1.56 trillion. Number 9, Tesla, 1.52 trillion. And number 10, Berkshire.B, $1 trillion, y'all. All right, let's get into it. NVIDIA, pre-market low, 187.58. Pre-market high, 188.70. Apple, pre-market low, 272.76. Pre-market high, 273.69. Google, pre-market low, 312.52. Pre-market high, 313.84. Microsoft, pre-market low, 485.16. Pre-market high, 487.01. Amazon, pre-market low, 231.50. pre-market high 232.16. Meta pre-market low 657.12, pre-market high 660.49. AVGO pre-market low 348 even, pre-market high 350.25. Tesla pre-market low 461.72, pre-market high 464.95. TSM pre-market low 301.01, pre-market high 303.12. Berkshire.B pre-market low $500.07, pre-market high $500.53. The VIX is back over 14. The VIX is at 1442. SPY pre-market low 687.24, pre-market high 688.12. QQQ pre-market low 619.82, pre-market high 621.24. SPX pre-market low 6,898, pre-market high 6,908. The NASDAQ 100 pre-market low 25,475, pre-market high 25,536. Y'all, let's check out the news. Before we get to the news, I just saw this parable that I thought was interesting and I would share with the family. It's called Maybe You Already Have Enough. One of the most powerful money tales is this parable of the Mexican fisherman. An American businessman visits Mexico and meets a local fisherman. The American is shocked to learn the fisherman only works a few hours a day. What do you do with the rest of your time? The American asks. The Mexican fisherman says, I sleep late, hang out with my family, read, take naps, and play guitar with my friends. The American says, you're doing this all wrong. I have an idea. You should work all day, borrow money, buy another boat, hire more fishermen to work for you. You can make so much money, you'll be retired in 10 years. The fisherman asks, what would I do in retirement? The American says, you can sleep late, hang out with your friends, read, take naps, and play guitar with your friends. So I thought that was very interesting. And yeah, bro is already retired. So basically, that's the same way that I think about retirement. It's like, yeah, I'm going to work a few days. I'm going to work a few hours out the day, probably 3 to 4 hours, and that's it. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to work. I don't know what time yet. Maybe 5 to 8. 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Or maybe 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then have the rest of the day to do whatever. Go to the gym. You know what I mean? Eat some healthy food. Go visit the fam. You know what I mean? Just relax. That's retirement right there. So I just thought that was a cool parable, man, that I wanted to share. All right, let's get into the news, though. All right, Truist Securities, mega cap confidence in 2026. Top picks, Amazon for the AWS reacceleration, the retail margin expansion, and the attractive valuation. Meta for ad tech dominance, AI efficiency, and open source strategy. And Google, low PE ratio, Gemini integration, custom control from their custom chips. And then the software and semiconductors, these are rated buys from Truist. Microsoft, software monetization, AI at scale, Azure stability, NVIDIA, Rubin architecture, sovereign AI demand, and then consumer hardware and auto. Truist, these are also rated a buy. Apple, AI supercycle, iPhone Air 17, and then Tesla, FSD, robotaxi, regulation, and approval. So there are a couple risks to watch. That's the AI ROI fatigue, and regulation. All right, let's see. Okay. Bank of America top picks for 2026: NVIDIA, AVGO, LRCX, KLAC, Google, and EL. Wolf Research top picks for 2026: MU, FDX, ORLY, LITE, Amazon, Meta, Uber, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA. All right. Okay. So this is a screenshot from Uncle Charles that he put on Twitter. Holding winners versus taking profits. From 1980 to present. From 1980 to present. From 1980 to present. Present. Year 2 of the presidential cycle has an average return of 3.3% for the S&P 500. Ooh, we used to big gains over here. We don't like the sound of that. 3.3%. That ain't enough. We trying to run that bag up. So 3.3 ain't gonna be enough. But I just want to give you all that data on that. Year 2 in the presidential cycle, 3.3%. Now that is the overall S&P. That is not individual companies. So we'll see if the S&P does end up doing that. So that means the big dogs like the Mag 7 and these $1 trillion companies that we cover every day, they're not going to be running up as much if the overall, just say they run up 10% each. And then the rest of the S&P run up, you know what I mean? Well, you do the math. Okay. Oh, yeah, I thought this was important too. So Microsoft released a study showing the 40 jobs most at risk being taken by AI. I'm going to start at the top. The ones that are most likely with the highest risk of being taken over by AI. Interpreters and translators. Historians. Passenger attendants. Sales representatives of services. Writers and authors. Okay, so that is... So it's going like at 100%. So interpreters and translators is a 98% chance of that getting taken. Historians is 91% chance. Passenger attendants a 80% chance. Sales representatives of services a 84% chance. Writers and authors a 85% chance. Customer service representatives a 72% chance. CNC tool programmers. I'm not sure what that is, but it has a 90% chance. Telephone operators, 80% chance. Ticket agents and travel clerks, 71% chance. Broadcast announcers and radio DJs, 74% chance. Brokerage clerks, 74% chance. Farm and house management educators, 77% chance. Telemarketers, 66% chance. Concierge, 70% chance. Political scientists, 77% chance. News analysts and reporters and journalists, 81% chance. Mathematicians, 91% chance. Technical writers, 83% chance. Yeah, it's a lot more on here, but I'm not going to read them all. That's enough. But if you want to check it out, you can check out Twitter. It's from Andrew Lokinoff, the financial newsletter. All right, another tweet that I wanted to share with the family is from Investing Bay. She says, results don't change until you do. All right, next piece of Twitter that I'd like to share with y'all. Over the last 10 years, NVIDIA is up over 22,000%. Bitcoin is up over 20,000%. AMD is up almost 7,000%. Tesla is up almost 3,000%. Apple is up over 1,000%. Microsoft is up almost 900%. Google is up over 700%. Netflix is up over 700%. Amazon is up almost 600%. Meta is up over 500%. SPY is up almost 300%. Gold is up 290%. While inflation is up 37%, y'all. That's why you have to invest in the market. If you don't beat inflation, you're losing money. Straight up. All right. The market is about to open, so let's get ready for the market open, y'all. Straight up. All right, market open. Let's get to this bread, y'all. Let's get to this bread. All right, NVIDIA, a little over break even at 188.68. Apple, a little over break even at 273.75. Google, a little under break even at 313.61. Microsoft is down a little bit at 486. Amazon down 0.75% at 230. Meta a little over break even at 659. AVGO is up a little bit at 349. 350. Tesla a little over break even at 460. The TSM is up over 0.5% at 302. Berkshire.B close to break even at $500.70. The VIX is up 1.48% at 1440. SPY a little under break even at 687.77. QQQ a little under break even at 620.52. SPX a little under break even at 6,904, and the NASDAQ 100 a little under break even at 25,508, y'all. All right, let's get into some more news. Caterpillar. This is from Wall Street Journal Business News on Twitter. Caterpillar's power and energy business has become its fastest growing sales segment, helped by surging investment in data centers to support AI projects. With generator sales up 28% in recent quarters. This trend drove a 17% sales rise in the energy unit during Q3 2025, contributing to sales jumping 13% after earnings beat estimates and prompting UBS to forecast double U.S. data center generator revenues. This shift highlights AI ripple effects on industrial giants like Caterpillar, traditionally construction focused, but raises risk of volatility if data center expansions slow or tariffs add $1.3 billion in cost. So I thought this was interesting. This is from Business Insider on Twitter. It says, backyard tiny homes are finally legal in New York City. They could be a boom for homeowners who can afford the construction. So this was signed by Mayor Eric Adams on September 30th, 2025. Now, this is said to boost housing in 1 to 2 family home eligible lots, potentially adding 25,000 units over the past 15 years. These ADUs, capped at 800 square feet and 1/3 of the backyard, enable multi-generational living for family members or rental income to offset costs, particularly valuable in a city where the median home prices exceed $800,000 and young adults face home ownership barriers. Despite benefits, construction costs of $300,000 to $400,000 pose challenges for middle-income homeowners, prompting calls from advocates for subsidies, while safety rules limit basement units in flood zones and attached to homes. Well, I do find that hard to believe that construction costs $300,000 to $400,000 for a tiny home, because I've definitely done some of my own research, and it definitely doesn't cost anywhere near that. I think we're talking about between $70,000 and $100,000 for the typical tiny home that I was looking at. But I guess in New York it costs more, maybe. But man, shout out to everybody that's gonna put a tiny home in their backyard and rent it out or have it as a multi-generational family member estate. All right, this is from Yahoo Finance. U.S. tariff rates will end 2025 above 15%, and experts don't expect these rates to come down much in 2026. The U.S. average tariff rates have surged from 2.5% at the start of 2025 to over 15% by year end, marking the highest levels in over 80 years amid President Trump's second-year term trade policies. Despite recent exemptions on items like coffee and cocoa, experts from JP Morgan and Bloomberg Economics predict minimal reductions in 2026, with rates likely stabilizing around 15%, even amid potential legal challenges. These tariffs equate to a $1,200 annual tax increase per U.S. household, fostering global protectionism adaptation while pressuring inflation and supply chains, though the economy has avoided a crash so far. All right, let's check on the sectors and let's see where is money flowing into and out of. XLK, the technology sector, a little under break even, headed toward 0.25% down at 145.66. XLY, which is consumer discretionary, is headed toward down 0.5% at 120.41. XLC, the communication sector, is headed toward 0.5% to the upside at 118.27. XLF, a little under break even. This is our financial sector ETF at 55.31. XLV, our healthcare sector, is down, headed toward 0.25% at 155.68. XLP, our consumer staples ETF, it did break below the gap and now is back into the gap. It's a little under break even at $78.22. XLE, our energy sector ETF, is leading the pack today. It's up 0.75% at 44.96. And XLU, our utilities ETF, is a little under break even at 42.84. XLI is headed toward being down 0.25% at 156.61. And XLI is our industrial ETF sector ETF, and XLRE is at break even. This is our real estate sector ETF at $40.63, y'all. All right, let's check out some of our other tickers that we like to look at on the show. But before we do that, let's check out Meta. So Meta has had a recent acquisition. Meta's acquisition of Manus, a Singapore-based AI agent startup valued over $2 billion, underscores its push to integrate autonomous general-purpose agents into products like Meta AI for faster consumer task automation. Founded by Chinese entrepreneurs, Manus invested $100 million Manus achieved a $100 million annual run rate in record time, representing a rare U.S. purchase of Asian AI technology amid geopolitical tensions in the sector. The deal caps 2025 surge in megacap AI bets, including SoftBank's data center investments and NVIDIA's Grok, that's GROQ, licensing, as tech giants race to advance infrastructure and inference capabilities. All right, let's check out AMD, y'all. AMD is down over 0.25% at 214.86. Bitcoin is up a little bit at 87,813. IBIT is up almost 1% at $49.81. Ethereum is up a little bit at 2,961. BMNR is a little under break even at $28.55. Palantir is down a little over 1% at 182.05. HUD is down almost 0.75% at 116.63. The Grab is up almost 0.25% at $5.12. And XLG is a little under break even at 59.65, y'all. Let's check out Forex Factory and see if we have any announcements that are coming out soon. Chicago PMI is coming out in 5 minutes at 6:45. We do have the FOMC meeting minutes at 11 a.m., y'all. That is a red folder, so do expect some market volatility at 11 a.m., y'all. All right, let's check out the heat map. I see a lot of red on here, y'all. I see a lot of red in tech, outside of Meta and Oracle and MU. Everything else looks, I see a lot of red and a lot of gray. Gray means very close to break even. Red means negative, and green means positive. Looking at retail is looking very red. Walmart is at break even. Finances is looking very red. Outside of Berkshire, which is up over 0.25%. JP Morgan's a little under break even. Healthcare, so I see a lot of gray and a lot of red. Not a lot of green over there. Energy has a lot of green. ExxonMobil is up 0.75%, along with Chevron. Tesla's down over 1%. Communications, a lot of gray over there. Healthcare, UNH is up almost 2%, so that thing running. Producer manufacturing, I see a lot of red over there. All right, so that is our heat map for the moment. Okay, let's check out what this bull had to say, what this bear had to say about AI.
What are your views for next year in terms of how would you treat the start of the year in terms of your trading and the way you position yourself?
Yeah, well, talking about the AI stuff, I think the big risk next year is going to be the debt levels in that sector. I mean, you know, what's going on in OpenAI is absolutely bonkers. I know Michael likes pointing out when they borrow money off people to then buy that person's product or that company's product, it's crazy. So I think that is a potential black swan event next year. Otherwise, my view hasn't changed. I still think economies aren't doing great in Europe, except for a couple of outliers. You know, Germany, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on Germany to see if this infrastructure defence spending is going to kick growth up. I can't see that bringing anything more than maybe a short-term lift. So I still think the ECB could well cut again next year.
So that was, bro, he was definitely from Europe somewhere. He definitely had that accent. But he doesn't sound like a bull to me. So I like to keep both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? Even though I'm such a bull, I definitely want to hear from the bears as well. Just so I could put that into consideration. All right, this post is from Business Insider. This is what Trump had to say yesterday. Trump said he would like to fire Jerome Powell, who is the Federal Reserve chairman, who he actually nominated in 2017. He says Jerome Powell has gross incompetence, or not has, but has been performing with gross incompetence over interest rate decisions and is planning a lawsuit against him. I didn't know you could sue somebody for gross incompetence. I actually find that hilarious. Shout out Trump, man. Trump always got some comic relief for whatever's going on, man. He said he wants to fire the Fed chair and sue him for gross incompetence. No, I think I got a button for that. No, not that one. It's this one. Damn, where's the button? I don't know what button it is. I thought I had a laugh button. Thought I had a laugh button. Where the hell is my laugh button? I don't know. I can't find it, y'all. I'm still working on that. I thought I had a laugh button. I know. Oh, so I got a cheer button. I got the glass break button. I swore I had a laugh button. I guess not. I guess that was the other one. Anyway. All right. This next piece of news is from Benzinga. This is Elon Musk is known for shaking up industries. But one of his most consistent policies is surprisingly simple. Nobody gets a discount on a Tesla. Not celebrities, not executives, not even his own family. That stance resurfaced after Musk replied to a joking request from Snoop Dogg asking for a free Tesla. Musk shut it down quickly, saying everyone pays full price, including himself. The message was clear. Fame does not change the rules. So while celebrities get plenty of perks when it comes to products, Elon says no, you will not get a free Tesla, Snoop Dogg. So shout to Snoop for asking, man. You never know until you ask, man. I definitely expect Snoop to have a blue Tesla. I don't know if it's going to be a Cybertruck or whatnot, but I definitely expect it to be blue. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. All right, this next piece of news comes on Twitter from Stock Market News. Boeing was awarded 2 modification contracts today worth a total of $12 billion. This is from a contract with the U.S. Air Force, including an $8 billion for producing up to 50 F-15IA fighter jets for Israel's Air Force under a sole source foreign military sales agreement. And the other $4 billion is a E-4B maintenance contract extension, supports U.S. strategic assets through 2027, providing Boeing with a stable defense revenue amid ongoing commercial sector recovery from safety and production setbacks. So after all them planes was falling out the sky this year, they get $12 billion to help them out. So the government is not going to let Boeing fail. They might let them get some drastic pullbacks, but the government is not going to let them fail. They're the main buyers of Boeing airplanes. So I wonder, is Boeing up today on this news? Let's check out the chart, y'all. Boeing. Let's check out the daily. Let's see what it's been doing. It's definitely been in an uptrend since late November. It actually gapped up here. Let me put this gap on the chart, y'all. What caused that gap up? That's interesting. It wasn't earnings. Because looking at earnings, they missed on earnings by 44%. Damn! They missed on earnings by 44%. Sheesh, that is ridiculous. They beat on revenue by 5%. So when they missed on earnings on Wednesday, October 29th, it actually fell for about 3 weeks. It fell from 210 all the way to 176. And it has since recovered. It's definitely been in an uptrend over the past month. I do need to see it break 226.25 before I see more upside. But once it does break that, I do see this major consolidation right here, y'all. So I wouldn't jump into Boeing at all, because it's gonna have a tough time breaking over this 242. Let me see is that actually the all-time high? No, it's not at all. All-time high is actually 446. So it's down drastically. It's down 50%. Dang, it's down 50% from the all-time high. Oh yeah, look. So if you zoom out, you get to see that it's been consolidating here. You know what I mean? On a monthly chart, it's been consolidating since 2019, y'all. So I don't like that. I don't want to buy any company that's been consolidating for 6 years. No. Especially not at these prices. It's definitely not a buy for me. I wouldn't do it. Now in the short term, if you wanted to, nope, don't even do it. Don't even do it, y'all. What Ian say, the master investor? He said, don't invest in anything that got an engine. You know what I mean? So yeah, nah, we ain't rocking with that. But it was good to see the chart. All right, our next piece of news comes from one of my mentors and one of my favorite investing show hosts, Troy Millings from Earn Your Leisure. He had this to say.
Everybody can't be a boss, but everybody could be an owner.
100%.
See, that's the difference.
It's a big difference.
Everybody could be an owner. And so, like, when they get that mentality, it's like, I tell somebody now, if I tell you to buy Apple stock right now, would you do it? And they'll say, oh, yeah, maybe. But if I ask you, yo, would you buy an iPhone next week when it comes out? Oh, no doubt. You see what I'm saying? But you could have bought 10 shares of Apple. Right. But if you had the owner's mentality, right, instead of being a consumer and being an owner, where we teach them, like, yo, ownership versus consumerism. You can have both, right? But you can't have this and not have this.
You can't have this and not this. You got to have both, y'all. You got to be an owner and a consumer. That's one strategy that people actually use, is being an owner, is buying companies that they use the products. That is one strategy people use. They be like, man, if you're always going to buy an iPhone, however often you buy it, why not invest in Apple? If you have Amazon Prime and you are never going to cancel it, why not just invest in Amazon? If Google Gemini has the best AI tools and you use Google to search, and Google search has the most data, why not just invest in Google? If you're on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp every single day, why not just invest in Meta? Or why not just invest in technology as a whole? I'm just saying, you gotta have your strategy. All right, let's see what else we had. Oh, we have some more comic relief from President.
Security. We need the one thing you need steel. You know, you can give up certain products. You can give up pencils. That's under the China policy. You know, every child can get 37 pencils. They only need one or two. You know, they don't need that many. But you always need steel. You don't need $37 for your daughter. 2 or 3 is nice, but you don't need $37. So we're doing things right.
Bro, what? And China has a policy that every child gets 37 pencils? Wow. Just think about that for a second. They're so detail orientated that they like every school year, every child, they don't need more than 37 pencils. Wow. I guarantee you America doesn't know how many pencils the kids need. I guarantee you that. America, they ain't thinking about that. They're not detailed like that. And that's why China is going to overtake America. And that's why America can't let that happen. So, America, get it together, man. America, get it together. How you going to say, and Trump, how you going to say they only need 1 or 2 pencils? You talking about for the whole year? You think the pencil ain't going to break? You think it's not going to be sharpened enough to only be needed 1 or 2 pencils for the whole year? Come on, Trump, bro. But, I mean, he always got the comedy. He always got the comic relief. All right, next, Chamath. Chamath said, never stop learning. On Twitter, y'all, Chamath said, never stop learning. I agree, definitely. I think continuing to learn is one of the most important lessons that you will ever learn when it comes to progressing in life. Because basically, it's like this. The knowledge that you have obtained thus far is the majority of the reason why you are where you are in any given subject. So you either don't know the knowledge or you know the knowledge and you don't execute on it. Now that's 2 different things for sure. So you either need to increase your knowledge or increase your execution. And just take it one day at a time, one task at a time, one idea at a time, one sector of learning at a time, y'all. Speaking of sectors of learning, let's check out our flashcards, y'all. So these are my investing flashcards that I created for our $1 trillion ticker family, y'all. Let's check it out. Let me post these in the chat right quick. Give me 1 second. All right. It's in the chat, y'all. If you're watching this live, I just posted a link to my free investing flashcards. They're for beginner investors. And if you're not watching this live, I will post it in the comments once the show is over. Let me give you a quick overview. So if you go to Q&A, this is a drop-down menu that gives you all the different decks of cards that you can learn from. So Q&A 1, stock market basics. What is a stock market? Hit flip, it'll give you the answer. Number 2, what is a stock? Hit flip, it'll give you the answer. And it'll also give you an example. Now, I always go forward on the other shows. So in this example, I'll go backwards. So this is card number 10. What is a portfolio? Hit flip. A portfolio is a collection of all your investments, such as stocks, funds, and bonds. And it also gives you an example. Someone might own Apple, Tesla, and an ETF, and that is their portfolio. What is a stock exchange? Hit flip, it'll give you the answer. A stock exchange is a marketplace where stocks are bought and sold. And you have one on your phone. The New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ are two of the biggest exchanges. Well, let me not say you have that on your phone, but you have access to that on your phone through your brokerage app, y'all. Through your brokerage app like Robinhood, E-Trade, Fidelity, Vanguard, you actually have access to a stock exchange where you can buy and sell investments. Speaking of that, what is a brokerage account? You hit flip. A brokerage account is an account you open with a financial company or app that lets you buy and sell investments like ETFs, indexes, and crypto. All right. What does it mean when a stock goes up or down? Hit flip, it'll give you the answer. When the stock goes up, that means buyers are buying and paying higher prices. When the stock goes down, that means sellers are accepting lower prices. So basically, when more people are buying it, it's going up. When more people are selling it, it's going down. It's that simple, y'all. And then, okay, one more thing. I have ABCs of investing here. So each letter of the alphabet gets a card. So what is the letter U for? Unrealized gain / loss. Hit flip. What does that mean? An unrealized gain means the price that you bought it, it has since went up from there, but you have not sold it yet. For example, if you bought a share for $100 and now the share price is $120, you have $20 in unrealized gain, which is the same thing as an unrealized profit. Or on the opposite end, if you bought a stock for $50 and it's down to $40, that means you have $10 in an unrealized loss or basically an unrealized loss. So that's that, y'all. You can check out these cards. They're in the chat for free right now. And let's get back to our $1 trillion tickers. Okay, what do we have now? NVIDIA is down, headed toward 50%, 0.5% to the downside at 187.46. Apple, a little under break even at 273.45. Google is up a quarter of a percent at 314. Microsoft is up a quarter of a percent at 488. Amazon barely under break even at 231. Meta is up almost 2%. Meta running, y'all. Let's get it. Meta is at 670, y'all. AVGO is up a quarter of a percent at 350. Tesla a little under break even at 459. TSM is up, headed to a quarter of a percent at 301.32. Berkshire is up almost 0.5% at 503. The VIX is at 1422. SPY is close to break even at 687.95. QQQ is close to break even at 620.95. SPX is close to break even, a little under break even at 6,906. The NASDAQ 100 is at break even at 25,527. Let's check some of our other tickers, y'all. AMD is down a quarter of a percent at 215.03. Bitcoin is up at 88,512. IBIT is up almost 1 3/4% at $50.23. Ethereum is up at 29,000. Excuse me. No way. Ethereum is at 2,987. BMNR is up 1% at $28.78. Palantir is down almost 0.75% at 182.96. Hood is down 0.5% at 116.86. Grab is at break even at 510. XLG is barely over break even at 59.72, y'all. Let's see. We have some more news. Check out some more news, y'all. Meta Platforms, parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is restructuring its AI division, resulting in about 600 job cuts across research, product development, and infrastructure teams. The reorganization seeks to streamline operations, enhance decision making, and increase the effectiveness of AI initiatives vital for content moderation, personalized user experiences, and innovative features. These layoffs align with a wider tech industry trend of reallocating resources to adjust to evolving priorities and market conditions. Meta aims to build a more agile environment focused on high impact projects that balance advanced research with practical benefits for users and businesses. Analysts view this restructuring as a strategic move to boost efficiency amid intensifying AI competition and economic pressures. Affected employees will receive severance packages and job transition support. Despite workforce reductions, Meta remains committed to advancing AI innovation and swiftly deploying new technologies to maintain leadership in the AI sector. Man, shout out to Meta for giving affected employees severance packages and job transition support. You know, you got to be working at a good company, man, at a powerful and world leading company to get a severance package and a job transition support, y'all. All right. Let's check out radical. This is a quick article. Radical new technology could hand investors huge gains. Quantum computing is the next technological revolution, and it could be even more advanced than AI. Some believe the technology was years away. It is already present and moving fast. Large hyperscalers such as Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Oracle, and even Meta and Tesla are scrambling to integrate quantum computing into their infrastructure. Senior stock analyst Kevin Cook reveals 7 carefully selected stocks poised to dominate the quantum computing landscape in his report, Beyond AI, the Quantum Leap in Computing Power. Kevin was among the early experts who recognized NVIDIA's enormous potential back in 2016. Now he has keyed on what could be the next big thing in quantum computing supremacy. Today, you have a rare chance to position your portfolio in this forefront of this opportunity. You know what I want to do? I want to see if I could pull up that article using the Google Advanced Search. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm doing this live. So let me try to do that right quick, y'all. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work because this is a report. So if it is in a... Oh, wait a minute. Here they go. Trying to get more... That's the same song from last time, y'all. I told y'all I can't let them songs play on my stream for free. Unless I know you. If I know you and you want to get your song played on my stream, I'm with it. Just holla at me. But until then, all my songs are going to be in the background on my stream. If you want to check out some of my songs, check out Matt Rich's 510 AI Music on YouTube Music. Also on the same channel that you're looking at right now. Just click on the playlist and you'll see many different song playlists. The main rap one, if you like hip hop, the main playlist is called Bars and Breakthroughs. And if you like singing, the main singing playlist is called Motivational Melodic Music. So check that out, y'all. Until then, back to my music here on the show. Okay, so we are on Google Advanced. Put it in PDF. So what I did was I put Beyond AI, the quantum leap in computing power, where it says all these words, and I hit so update. I don't know when it came out. Let's just say the past year. Let's see. The future of AI, quantum computing. I don't see it immediately. So because I didn't find it immediately, I'm going to close it, and we'll have to try to find that later. But I just wanted to see if it would come up in the top ones, and then I would use AI to summarize it for me. But since it didn't happen, we'll go on to the next piece of news, y'all. Okay, Tesla does something unusual ahead of its Q4 delivery results. In a surprising move, Tesla has publicly released a delivery consensus for the fourth quarter of 2025 via a press release on its investor relations website. This is a significant departure from Tesla's standard operating procedure, suggesting it is trying to get ahead of what looks to be a disappointing quarter. Okay, so they put out the numbers early, and maybe that's why Tesla is going down today. Tesla, let's see. Tesla is down. It's under break even. It did have this big down candle. It had dropped 1% at the open on the first 5-minute candle, but it has since recovered. But I won't be bullish on the day until it breaks 462.03 to the upside. A break and hold, at least on a 5-minute candle, but to be safe, and break and retest, turning this 462 into support, y'all. All right, so that's that. Microsoft announces availability of Xbox Cloud Gaming, y'all. Microsoft is among the stocks that will make you rich in 2026, according to this article. Microsoft announced that it is Xbox Cloud Gaming is now out of beta and available to Xbox Game Pass Essential, Premium, and Ultimate subscribers. Management noted that this will allow gamers to access a huge library of the latest games wherever a gamer is connected to a compatible screen, a stable internet connection, and has a cloud-supported Xbox Game Pass subscription. The company highlighted that cloud gaming hours have gone up by around 45%, y'all. 45% in the last year. Man, the gamers have been gaming, y'all. They have been gaming. That said, Microsoft has gained nearly 16% year to date, and analysts expect more than 29% to the upside over the next 12 months. Analysts like Dan Ives from Wedbush Securities, y'all. And he has a buy rating on the stock with a price target of 625, while the current price is 487, y'all. Should we do a leap on Microsoft? So if Dan Ives has a price target of 625, should we do a leap at 600? Should we do a leap at 500? I don't know, y'all. Just something I'm thinking about. All right, here is another piece of news. Okay. Today, we're talking about AI arms race in digital advertising and how Meta, Google, and Amazon are shaping the future of the industry. Meta is going all in on AI. They are using it to improve everything from content recommendations to ad ranking, which keeps people more engaged across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Their new AI creation platform, Vibes, is gaining traction, and Meta AI itself is already being used by more than 1 billion people. Even business messaging is exploding with over 1 billion active conversations between users and companies. On the revenue side, Meta's AI-powered ad tools are now running more than $60 billion a year. Ad prices jumped 10% in the third quarter of 2025, and Meta expects up to $59 billion in revenue for the fourth quarter. They are also ramping up spending on AI infrastructure, with CapEx reaching as high as $72 billion this year and growing even more in 2026. But Meta isn't alone in this race. Google is transforming search with AI overviews, conventional shopping, conversational shopping, and new travel planning tools, all of which boost ad opportunities. Meanwhile, Amazon's ad business surged 24% year over year, helped by new partnerships that led advertisers to buy space on Netflix, Spotify, and Sirius XM. Together, these three giants are expected to capture more than half of global ad spending as AI becomes the engine driving the entire digital advertising ecosystem, y'all. Shout out to the three big dogs: Meta, Google, and Amazon, y'all. Shout out to them. All right. Let's check out the heat map. NVIDIA down almost 0.5%. Apple as well. AVGO up almost 0.25%. Meta up 1.25%. Oracle up 0.75%. Google close to break even. Microsoft close to break even. AMD down almost 0.5%. Cisco down almost 0.75%. MU down almost 0.25%, along with GE and RTX. QCOM is up 0.25%. Berkshire is up almost 0.5%. JP Morgan, Visa, both a little under break even. JP Morgan a lot closer to being down 0.25%. MasterCard, American Express, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Schwab, they're all down between 0.25% and 0.5%. Actually, Morgan Stanley and Schwab are over 0.5%. Goldman Sachs is down almost 1%, y'all, along with Citi. All right. Eli Lilly is down over 0.25%, along with Johnson & Johnson and MRK. All right. Caterpillar down 0.25%, along with LRX and AMAT. McDonald's down almost 0.5%. Disney's up 0.5%. ExxonMobil's up, along with Chevron, over 0.5%. All right. Is there anything else? I think this was a good show. Had a lot of news. We did not get to tune in to our AI co-host today. I got carried away and read all the news myself. Oh well, I'll bring him back tomorrow. I actually had something prepared for him too, but I don't know, I got caught up. It's all good though. I think we have some more Instagram stuff that I could share.
Man, look at us. No motion, no party. They gonna think we boring.
Man, f*** what they think. Being everywhere is exactly how you end up nowhere. Whole time you think you bored, God be keeping you away from bullshit. Now lock your ass down and focus on the bag.
Let's get this bag. Let's get this bag, bruh. Let's get it. Cause once we get the bag, then what we gonna do?
Damn, bro. What you gonna do with all that money?
Make more money.
Okay, and with that money?
Make more money.
And with that money?
Make more money.
That's all we gonna do. We gonna keep on making more and more money, y'all. Oh, I seen this on Instagram. This is about 60 seconds, y'all. Check it out.
Winners of rigged games never admit to themselves that they won because the game was rigged. We all sit around, we throw a Monopoly board here in front of us. And we're all sitting here together. And the researcher says, TK, you are going to start with double the money. You're going to roll first. And each time it comes to you, you're going to roll twice. And everything else will just be like a normal game of Monopoly. Now, who's going to win that game of Monopoly?
Almost certainly.
Almost certainly. Yeah. He is going to win that game. All right. We start playing the game. Almost immediately, he pulls ahead. He started with twice the money. He rolls 2 times every time you roll. He pulls ahead. Do you know what he starts to do? The winner of the rigged game begins to eat more snacks, begins to talk shit. And at the end, when everyone is polled about why he won, we will all say he won because he had built-in advantages in the game. He rolled twice, he started with more money, etc. And he will say that he won because of his strategy. He will say that he outplayed us. This is human nature. It's been studied. Winners of rigged games never admit to themselves that they won because the game was rigged. Winners of rigged games never admit to themselves that they won because the game was rigged.
Man, that's deep right there, boy. That's deep right there. Let that sit. Let that cook. Man. Anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in. Oh, before we go,
we all sit around, we throw a Monopoly board.
Let's end it with dang, where's my other clip that I was looking for? Oh, excuse me, y'all. Give me 1 second. Y'all. Oh, yeah. I thought this was good. This right quick, y'all.
Shadi, what you think top mistakes that people can make in 2026?
Biggest mistake, I think, is not having a plan. So with that being said, I put together 10 things I think everybody should do in 2026. And that's the first thing is put together a budget. Second thing is to set up a systematic dollar cost averaging plan to invest every single month. Set up a retirement account if you don't have one. And if you do have one, try to contribute more so you can benefit from the tax savings. Review all your beneficiaries. That's important.
That's a good one.
Commit to your education. I recommend 1 documentary a week and 1 book every 60 days. Map out your goal for the next 12 months, but do it in a systematic way. Commit to 2 travel trips this year for business and networking purposes solely. Set a diet and workout plan. Vitally important. I think you should be working out at least 4 times a week, 1 hour a day. Commit to 3 hours a day of earning more money. Then the last thing is what you said before. Try to limit your social media time to 1 hour a day max. So those are my 10 things that I would advise people to do for 2026 if you want to change your life business-wise and make more money.
Shadi, what you think?
Woo! I think he was cooking right there. y'all. I think he was cooking. I definitely want to read more books, man. At least audio books, man, to be able to knock it out. Also the documentaries, man. I think it'll be dope if he gives us a list of documentaries to watch. I think that would be dope. I might put that in the chat next Monday, because that was a dope idea. Or maybe he put it in the comments underneath that post. But definitely, man, a lot of those ideas were great. And yeah, that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to $1 Trillion Tickers. Let's get this money. Let's do what we gotta do to be financially free. Let's be healthy. Let's eat healthy. Let's work out. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. That being said, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.